Hello, and welcome back to another EPC Tech review. Today, we'll be looking at the Lenovo ThinkPad L14 Gen 4 with an AMD Ryzen 5 Pro CPU. This is a very slim laptop that's very powerful and very impressive. So let's take a look at it. To start off, before we really get into all the technicals, I wanted to do a sort of unboxing. I already took the laptop out of the box and everything to get it set up for this review, but I put everything back so I could take it out on camera to show you what you can expect when you get, because EPC are selling these new in box. So let's go ahead. Obviously, I was not very delicate with my unboxing. That's okay. So you'll take it out, pretty standard. Here is the box that will have your power cord. So this is a USB-C power cord with a brick. Then we'll take the actual laptop out. Some safety instructions. One thing that I really like about this packaging is that it's all cardboard, so this is all recyclable. Since EPC is a recycling company, we love to see sustainability. And here's the laptop itself. As you can see, it's very sleek. Very nice device. To start off on the outside, let's take a look at the ports. On the left side, there's an Ethernet port, two USB-C ports, one for 40 gigabytes per second and one for 10 gigabytes per second. Both have power delivery and DisplayPort 2.1, an HDMI 2.1 port, one USB Type-A port, one headphone/mic combo jack. On the right side, there's one microSD card reader and one USB Type-A port. So with the laptop opened up, you can see it's a 14-inch 1920 by 1200 display. That's a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which is much different than the standard 16 by 9 that you might be used to on like most TVs. I like this aspect ratio a lot because it's a little bit of extra space that can make a big difference, especially for something portable like this. It has a nice track point cursor in the middle of the keyboard and a built-in privacy slider for the HD 720p webcam. This really does have all the features pretty much anyone could ask for in such a sleek notebook-style laptop. Now that we've taken a look at everything on the outside, let's take a look on the inside. As I mentioned earlier, this laptop comes with an AMD Ryzen 5 Pro, specifically 7530U 2.0 GHz CPU. This model also comes with 256 GB of storage, and this specific one I'm reviewing comes equipped with 16 GB of RAM in the form of two 8 GB DDR4 3200 sticks. It can support up to 64 GB of RAM though, if you'd like to upgrade it yourself. The SSD technically can be upgraded too, but it takes M.2 2242 NVMe drives, which is different than the standard found in most other devices, so that is something to be aware of. All these stats sound good on paper, but let's see how it actually runs for real. So the first software I'm going to use is Cura. Cura is kind of my go-to when showing off devices and their capabilities. If you watch any of our other reviews, then you'll recognize it. If you don't know what this is basically a 3D modeling software for 3D printing. I by no means am a 3D modeler or have much, if any, experience with 3D printing, but I can still do some of the basics just to show it off for this review. So right here I've got this loaded in. We're going to go ahead and slice it. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but one thing I like about this ThinkPad is that it has the old school, like actual buttons on the mouse pad. It's always just nice to have more options. Let's go ahead and do some painting. Mix it up with a square brush. That's basically an E, stands for EPC. We'll just do some other things like make it way bigger than, so let's scale that back down. As you can see, it's pretty instantaneous. Go ahead and scale it up, rotate the camera around, go into this side, go back to paint, mix it up with the circle brush, make it a lot bigger. Just paint here, paint down here. Camera up. So yeah, great little workstation laptop, especially for how sleek it is. So if you watch any of our other reviews, you'll know that even if I'm not reviewing a gaming device, I will still like to try and run a game or two just to see what it can really do. So right now I have The Witness. The Witness it's not by any means a new game or the most graphically intensive. So when I loaded up the game, it automatically put the settings on low, which is fine. Again, we're not expecting anything super crazy out of a little notepad like this, but I still think this game is going to run pretty good, but let's find out and start playing. It's a pretty simple art style, but nonetheless beautiful. The frame rate is really good, like there's no hiccup. The resolution is a bit lower. This is, again, a 1920 by 1200 monitor. So I've gotten past the quote-unquote tutorial of the game, and now we can see like the full world. As you could probably see just a second ago, there was a bit of pop-in, but again, for a game like this, that's not a big deal. And if you have something like this, you're probably not really going to be gaming on it at all, or you're definitely not buying it for the express purpose of gaming. But it is still really cool just to see that games like this can run on it. Overall, I think the Lenovo L14 Gen 4 is a great laptop. The number of ports it comes with is great. Honestly, the only reason you might need a dock is just for extra monitors. The performance is great, especially for the price. I would recommend this to anyone that finds themselves on the go a lot. The number of ports greatly reduces the number of USB and other port hubs you'd need to bring along. And its extremely sleek and lightweight build means that it can fit practically any backpack or travel bag. EPC is selling these laptops for $599.98 brand new in box. That's an amazing deal, especially considering how new this model is. One thing to keep in mind is that these ones that EPC are selling don't come with Lenovo's original warranty, but they do come with EPC's 90-day warranty, which we apply to all our devices that we sell. If you're interested in checking this device out for yourself, you can visit epcglobal.shop or our retail location in St. Charles, Missouri. Make sure to follow us for more tech reviews, great deals, and other fun content as well. Thank you for watching.